Hello and welcome to another Mental Moments. This Mental Moments is me. It's on a rainy, grey day, which we don't get many of in Perth, but when we do, it buckets down. And I'm sitting in my car outside a friend's office, actually. So today, mental preparation for difficult, dangerous, violent, but not just that, events. And particularly making decisions that you don't want to be making under pressure. So an example of that is if somebody uses a weapon or intimidation to try and take something from you. So that might be money or car keys or things like that. Have a really good think about what's worth potentially losing your life over. For me personally, so I've got 3 kids, and this car that I'm sitting in at the moment, it's done us good service, but it's a 12-year-old Hyundai Accent, so I shouldn't give this away to anybody watching, but if somebody came up with a knife and said, "Give me your car keys," I'd probably start it for them. But if one or any of my children or my wife or my mum were in the car, for example, then I'd make a different decision, and they wouldn't be getting those keys off me without a hell of a fight. And similar to that sort of thing is thinking about situations maybe that you're prepared to intervene in. And even that can have some variations. So if I use that children example, I've sometimes seen situations where somebody was intimidating and seemed about to use violence on someone that was a partner in a public place. And I was actually happy enough to intervene. I didn't need to in the end. But if my kids were with me, then I wouldn't be. And what can happen if you don't sort of think about these things? All sorts of things can happen. You can freeze, or you can make maybe not a great decision, an unsafe decision, and maybe that can affect more people than just yourself. And at the end of the day, if you decide to intervene in a situation, and that's not always a self-defense situation, sometimes it's a car that might be approaching people, sort of out of control car, or a dog, or anything. Think about, don't spend too much time thinking about terrible things, but actually make a little bit of mental preparation. Things like, what am I prepared to fight for? And who am I prepared to fight for? Who am I prepared to put myself at risk for? And what am I prepared to put myself at risk for? And be really, really honest with yourself. Because if you're a good person and you're watching this, I reckon there's probably other good people that want you around. So you need to think about that. See you later. Oh, actually, one thing before I go. I think this saying's attributed to the Navy SEALs, and I think they pinched it off somebody else. But when the shit hits the fan, you don't rise to the occasion. You sink to the level of your training, and making these sort of decisions before something happens is part of your training, unpleasant as it is. Now, I'll see you later.